And then the second part that I want to talk about is that this is why it's so important to do those daily press conference briefings. Because when you come, and I'm mostly familiar with Central and South America, like if you take Chavez in Venezuela, one of the important things that he did right off the bat to be able to counteract the media, you have massive amounts of media that are going to try and discredit you and bombard you with propaganda, but more importantly, bombard US audiences and bombard other Central and South American countries with propaganda. And the one thing that he did is he was doing every Sunday, I think it was called Allo Presidente. So it was a weekly show, call-in show to everybody report. But that's a very common thing within leftist people that are holding power, is you want to have daily briefings, or you want to have regular briefings to keep everybody informed on what's going on. And that's where AMLO's strength really came in. And that's why he was able to fundamentally change the way that politics was talked about within Mexico, because he would bring on experts, just like Claudia is doing now. You bring on experts to address these issues. And not only are you able to go right at the source of a lot of the information right there and build up credibility within the audiences that you're speaking to regularly, but it's also easier to discredit and point out the bullshit that things like that articles like the New York Times are going to try and shove down your face. Which is hilarious, because if any of us had been paying attention pre-October 7th, but definitely post-October 7th to Palestine-Israel conflict, like genocide, it's not a conflict, who are we kidding? But we know how much of a train wreck the New York Times has been in like clawing and scratching to defend Israel, right? So that is a super, super, super important point, because now you have something. I mean, the previous president, AMLO, became one of the biggest streamers in the world because of his daily press conferences. My mom watched him every morning. My dad watched him every morning. Any respectable Mexican watched the daily press briefings every morning. And it's going to be very interesting to see how this plays out, because it's clearly a move on behalf of the U.S. to try to start to build more reasons and excuses to attack and hack at Mexico using these media puff pieces, or not these media puff pieces, these media target pieces as evidence of why they should be involved in Mexico at all.